Well, hello folks. I'm getting this podcast out as a kind of urgent matter, reporting on present details and events following the No Kings march and protests on Saturday and recent court actions, especially in the Ninth Circuit. The title of today's podcast is Rogue President, Rogue Judges. But growing number of judges push back against Trump. But I really must say that in my core belief is really that the final chapter of the fall of American democracy is being written and played out right now within our federal court system. Cases currently in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals panels with two Trumpist judges in each of two separate cases, each endorsing Trump's asserted power outside of the law and the constitutional boundaries set up by our founders to prevent tyranny, the tyranny of any president. And here we have a nonsense made of the law in order to reach their truly disgraceful decisions. But wait for it. In the Immergut matter, which is Ninth Circuit but is about Portland, Oregon, I have read the Trumpist seriously flawed and rather preposterous order and opinion, with its complete lack of any legal logic, lack of judicial deference to the trial court's very careful findings on the facts of the case as being the record below that courts of appeal and higher must rely on. And this, despite there being no clear, erroneous issues as to the facts. So the order is despicable and an embarrassment to our judiciary and the high-minded judges who do defend it. I need not here break down or analyze it, as it is simply too stupid and sophomoric to bother examining in detail. I'll leave that for Michael Popak and Ben Meiselas. Thankfully, I can report here that there's going to be an immediate en-banc review by the entire circuit judges of both cases to possibly redress the damage done by these four, total 2 + 2, Nazi assholes. That means the whole of the circuit judges will sit and rehear the cases with a fair chance of success. That's what en banc means, that they all sit. The cases are, the first case is Newsom versus Trump, with a TRO from Judge Breyer in California, and the second is the state of Oregon versus Trump, with a TRO order from Judge Immergut in Oregon. Fortunately, in the Seventh Circuit of Illinois, Judge Perry's order in the state of Illinois versus Trump is so far being respected. Obviously, all of these cases centered around 10 U.S.C. Section 12406 with its three-pronged test. They're all going to be argued in our fascist Supreme Court, heard by those who applaud dictatorship and fascism. So I have little hope that sanity and justice can survive the journey, and that what remains of our once proud democracy, however flawed, will lie in ruins on the steps of the court's grand edifice, which should be razed to the ground should it not reject the militaristic takeover of America. How much more important can these cases be? Total consolidation of a dictator's power. However, I want to leave you on a more positive note. So there is the text of Judge Graber's dissent in the Immigut case that's before us. And let me quote her. "We have come to expect a dose of political theater in the political branches, drama designed to rally the base or to rile or intimidate political opponents. We also may expect that there is a measure of bending, sometimes breaking, of the truth. By design of the founders, the judicial branch stands apart. We rule on facts, not on supposition or conjecture, and certainly not on the fabrication of propaganda. I urge my colleagues on this court to act swiftly, to vacate the majority's order before the illegal deployment of troops under false pretenses can occur. Above all, I ask those who are watching this case unfold to retain faith in our judicial system for just a little longer." Thank you for watching. This is Ryan, signing off.